obviously a long time that I didn't do a video, so I will try to catch up on several things today, and it will probably require different videos, otherwise it will be really long. So what I'm just listening to is a band which is called King Biscuit Boy. It's a Canadian band, and it's a blues rock band from the 70s. Really good music. Yeah, it's relatively easy to find here in the US, and yeah, I will just leave that as a background music for the video. So over the last month I bought a lot of records, as you can see here, and I will go through that again, as I said, through several videos. So that's my last acquisitions. I mean, it's 3 top grails from Argentina. I just came back from a trip from Argentina, and you know, I acquired these 3 records there, sorry, and really top grades, but I will come back to that. That's my last eBay purchase, so many things. I mean, look, I need to stop to go to eBay, because each time I go there I see a lot of great things, so I bought a lot of things online. That was a trip I did to California a few weeks ago. That's coming from Atlanta. I did some record digging there on, it's maybe new records, and that's you know, what I catch up on, you know, these for those who followed my video, the 500 record collection I bought some time ago. I still have something like probably, you know, 200 records to listen to and you know, clean and classify and everything, so that's what I listened recently. So let me start with this one, because here I think I will not go too much into detail, and therefore this video will not get too long. So, you know, that's, again, it's this collection with many classic rocks and really good condition as usual. So that's an Alice Cooper record, Constructor, which probably most of you know. I have a Blue Oyster Cult, which is, you know, not a bad record. I would say it's not my preferred Blue Oyster Cult. I prefer the first albums, but it's not a bad album. Whitesnake. With some really good titles on it. Slide It In, which is the title track, which is you know, really good song. I like it. Some other great Whitesnake songs, and to finish, a record from Chicago. Look, I'm not a big fan of Chicago. I mean, they did some good stuff, but overall I'm not a big fan. But look, as you know, or as I already said, I got all these records for really low price, great condition, so you know. Here that's all new records that I bought in a record shop in Atlanta some time ago. And well, to start with Voivod. Voivod is I think a Canadian as well, kind of industrial thrash metal from the 80s or 90s, let's say, early 90s probably, late 80s, early 90s. I was listening to Voivod when I was a teenager, and I bought the albums in this time, you know, end of the 80s. I really liked it. I bought his album, which I must say is not bad. It's a bit different from what I was expecting, but I need to give a spin again. It's not a bad album. It's more, maybe even a good album, but again, I need to spin it again. Comes on, you know, special labels, and you know, with some insert as well with the lyric sheet. and the picture of the guy. I mean, I could take out my record from Voivod, which I had from back in the 80s, 90s. I mean, they obviously were looking different, right? But, you know, they still rock. It's still a great music, it's still a great band. So, that was Voivod. That's the only second-hand record I bought when I went to Atlanta. The shop I was, they acquired the collection, and it was a kind of jazz collection, and they had this Ray Charles record. And look, I'm not a big fan of jazz, but Ray Charles can be a bit more bluesy as well, and for those who know me, I really like blues. I love blues rock, classic blues as well. So that's a more jazzy soul, but look, it's Ray Charles, really good. In great condition, original mono press on Impulse label. I will show you the record as well. So with the original Impulse label. Really great record. I really enjoyed it. I paid a bit for it, but again, really near mint condition, right? Probably only listened once to it. It was a big collection, and I mean, probably for people who like jazz, there were many other great, things in the collection. But again, I'm not a big jazz fan, or I don't know more enough on jazz to pay, 30-40 bucks for records. So I just bought this one because I know that Impulse mono is relatively rare record, and in this condition especially. System of a Down, I didn't really know. I heard System of a Down in the past, but I was not really aware of what they were doing in detail, so that's Hypnotize. I don't think it's a new album, it's kind of repress. Yeah, it's not bad, it's good, I liked it. Yeah. Next one, Iron Maiden, the Book of Soul live chapter. I have all Iron Maiden's studio album, and I used to be, or I like Iron Maiden. I used to be a big fan, I wanted to say, but I'm still a fan of Iron Maiden. I've seen them at least 4 times on stage, and and I used to buy many records from Iron Maiden. If you look here, so this stack and this stack is all Iron Maiden. So you start from here to here. It's only the studio albums, from the first ones to the last ones. I might have even some here. Of course, they didn't do so much studio albums, but I have different versions. I have usually look at the European press. I have Latin American press with Spanish titles. I have the Japanese press with the obi strips. I have all type of special press for these all these studio albums. Here you will find more the EP section, and then the bootleg versus the end. But bootleg, I was mainly focusing on bootlegs from the 80s, 90s, because they did so many things for Iron Maiden that you could buy Iron Maiden all the time. So I decided just to stop and to continue to stick on on the official LP and on the studio album, or like this one, live album. I mean, look, it's a really good album. I really liked it. I will not open it because I think most of you have seen this record. It's a free record, which is great. And what I really like, I think I listened to it some time ago, but if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure, yes, it's on black vinyl. Iron Maiden used to do a lot of records in picture records, picture discs, and I hate picture discs because the sound is usually not as good. So for this one they decided just to go back to a normal black record, black vinyl, which is I think a wise decision because the sound is much better. Last one, it's a box set from Sisters of Mercy, which it's a reedition from the last year. I'm not sure exactly when that came out, and you know, it's a 30th anniversary edition, as it says here. Yeah, of the debut LP plus 312 EPs, 180 grams. Yeah, so it's the first, last, and always, which I already have as original record, and you have here Body and Soul, Walk Away, and No Time to Cry, which are the 3 EPs. I think they did several box set like that, probably for each studio album, and that's the one I found, and I really like Sister of Mercy. It is a really great band. They did really good albums. So yeah. So that was for the first track. I mean, 11 minutes. Yeah, look, it's relatively decent. I will continue with the next track, which is just here, which is my purchase from my trip in California, where I found as well some interesting stuff. I didn't listen to all of them so far, but I had some pre-listen in the record shop. You know, Michael Bloomfield. I really like Michael Bloomfield. He did really good stuff, good albums, and you know, I found this one for a really good price, so I just decided to take it. Cold Blood. I had already one album of Cold Blood. It's a you know, lady which is singing. She's here. It's really great. I mean, really good. I liked it. It's kind of blues rock, a bit Janis Joplin voice. I didn't listen to these records so far, but the old one which I have, which is I think the first album, is enjoyable. So I'm sure this one will be the same. Crossroad. I mean, look, I found this record because I saw this movie when I was a kid, and I really loved the movie. You know, I really liked the guitar in the movie, and for those who have not seen the movie, I highly recommend. And the music in the movie is really good, and you know, at the end of the movie there is the famous battle with Steve Vai on guitar, you know, which is definitely great. So I didn't listen to the record so far, but look, you have really you know, blues epic songs, starting with Crossroad, you know, from Robert Johnson, which have been, you know, covered by different bands later. So yeah, and several classic blues classics on this album. Mississippi Fred McDowell. I have already one record. I really like it. It's more a country rock. I think you know, what else? I mean, it's really country rock. Sorry, country blues, of course, and you know, really good blues album. Probably you know, some of you or most of you know it. Lovecraft. I didn't listen to this one. It's kind of a blind bind, but look, I like the jacket, and I will listen to it. I think it should be good. I had a quick check on the internet, I think, and comments were not bad. So let's see. Iron Butterfly. I mean, I really like Iron Butterfly, and especially Inagada Vida, you know, song that's live in Copenhagen, where there is Inagada Vida, and what I really like is the long songs with solos and everything. I didn't listen to it. It's a new record, and but what I saw is that, you know, you have 3 sides with one song each time on each of the side. One is of course Inagada Vida, and then there is a Goodbye Jam and Butterfly Blue. So probably, you know, 3 side of Jam, which is definitely great. Nickelback, that was a special promo, new album for $10. I mean, I don't really know Nickelback. I heard more on the radio, and you know, there are some good songs. I checked online. That's supposed to be their best album. So probably I didn't listen to it so far, but probably I know some of these songs which I heard on radio. Or but for $10, I just decided to grab it, brand new. Passport. That's more a bit of electronic ambient krautrock music. I mean, it's enjoyable. I listened to it this morning and I really liked it. Mahavishnu Orchestra Apocalypse. I didn't listen to it so far. There is Jean-Luc Ponty, who is a French guy, which I know from other work he has done. So it's probably as well a bit in the same vein than Passport, I would expect. Revolutionary Blues Band. I was surprised. I mean, I got all these records for really, you know, less than $10. So I gave a try. They had a turntable in the shop and I listened to it quickly. So the cover is really cheesy and it's nothing special, but the music is really, really good. It's instrumental mainly, blues, but with you know, there is some flute, there is some saxophone, horn, and trumpet, and different instruments in it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's not what I would call, you know, the best grail or big thing, but you know, for less than $10 record in really great condition, I took it. Chase, I think probably most of you have heard about this band. I didn't. You know, again, what can I say about Chase? I listened to it, really, really good. I really loved it. Instrumental as well, so you have a lot of different instruments here. A lot of, you know, oh, sorry, I'm looking for my words. Yeah, anyhow, I think really great, and I really loved it, and I recommend. I mean, look, it's an album that you can find for a couple of bucks probably, and this one is in really good shape, and I really liked my first listening. I will probably listen again to it, but I like my first listening. Mother Earth, that was, you know, a blind buy as well. I looked at the record, I looked at the cover, I said, look, that should be not bad, right? The guys are looking good. I must say, a bit disappointed. It's kind of country rock, and I'm not a big fan of country, so yeah. Baby Grant, that's, you know, a prog rock band. Yeah, it's okay. Nothing really special in my view, but you know, you can listen to it. It's enjoyable. It's you know, prog rock, good prog rock. That's of course an album that everybody knows, Super Session. I have it as an original record, but not in really good conditions. I found this one, which is on a blue vinyl, blue record, and it's a new press. It was sealed, of course. It was a brand new album, brand new record, and I wanted to have this album in really good condition because I love this album. I especially love Season of the Witch cover, and you know, my record was in BG plus condition, with some back noise when you listen to it. So I always said, if I find, you know, a record in really good condition, which you could find on internet of course, but I was more looking for something I would find on the wild. So I have it now. So a really nice color, right, record. I'm not especially fan of colored record, but I think, look, I don't have anything against. It's not like the picture disc, which I try to avoid, but colored record, I don't especially look for it, but if I find one, I will buy it as well. So yeah, so Super Session, again, everybody knows this album. For those who don't know, I highly recommend to listen to it. and to give a chance, you know, Season of the Witch, really, in my view, one of the best cover done by Bloomfield, Cooper and Steve Still. The last one I found on the wild, that was a great found, because I was looking for this album. It's the second album of Savoy Brown, which is probably most of you know, a UK blues rock band, which was really famous in the US. They didn't do really well in UK, they did really well in the US. I think I have now all their albums, or at least all the albums of the first 20 years, I would say. Probably I think they did some albums later in the 90s, or even maybe in the 2000s, but those I don't have. They did it only on CD, but all what they did on LP I have. That was the only one I was missing. There is two different covers. That's the UK cover, and there is the US cover. So for many years I was looking for it, and I was saying, look, probably I will buy the US one, because the UK one are kind of expensive. Usually they go for more than $100. So I saw this record, and my first reaction was, I looked at it and said, oh, that's probably a repress, right? Because I know that they did some repress with this cover. And I start to look at it. I look at the label, which is a Decca label, and I saw here as well that there was a name. So I said, okay, yeah, it's not a new one for sure, but look, it can be a repress, which, you know, is here up to sell. And then I opened the record and I realized that it's a original UK first press on the Decca label, and I got it for a really good price. I mean, I paid quite some money for it. I mean, it's kind of $40, $37, as you can see here. But again, these records in this condition, because it's in great condition, they go for, on Discog, for, you know, can go up to $100. So I think it was really good find, and on a good price. And again, of course, obviously that's the first thing I should have said. It's a really good album. It's not my preferred album. I must say the two first albums are great, are more, you know, classic blues a bit, right? And I would say, yeah, they started with the third album with more a bit blues rock. So yeah, a bit more heavy blues rock on as in from the third album, in my taste at least. So this one really good, more classic a bit, but really good album and solid album. So Savoy Brown, again, I'm sure that all of you know Savoy Brown, and for those who don't, I mean, I highly recommend to check on YouTube, on Spotify, or whatever. Thank you guys, and you know, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, I mean, leave a comment, give me a thumb, you know, and you know, see you on the next video.